She kicked out my sister, so I kicked her out. When my mom died 3 years ago, it gutted us. She was the glue of the family, and when cancer took her, everything just fell apart. But before she passed, she made sure of one thing. The family home, the one we grew up in, was left to me. Not to my dad, not to both of us. Just me. It had been in her family for generations, and she trusted me to keep it safe. My little sister, Chloe, got our mom's old cabin by the lake. My dad got nothing, and that wasn't an accident. Toward the end of mom's illness, dad started acting off, distant, always out. Chloe was 13 back then, and I was 21, trying to keep everything from falling apart. 6 months after the funeral, dad showed up with a new woman, Tasha. She was barely 30, dressed like she was always headed to brunch, and moved into the house without even asking me. Within a week, she was redecorating. The family photos, gone. Pictures of mom, vacations, holidays, Chloe's 8th grade graduation, all replaced by abstract art and beige throw pillows. It was like she wanted to erase us. Chloe started avoiding the living room altogether. She moved everything sentimental into her bedroom until it looked like a museum to our mom. Tasha didn't care. She strutted around like she was queen of the castle, even though she was living in my house rent-free. Dad didn't say a word, just smiled like a lovesick teenager. Then last month, they dropped the bomb. They're having a baby. Twins, actually. Chloe shut down. She locked herself in her room and wouldn't come out, didn't eat, barely slept. I had to drive over, talk her out, and sit with her for hours until she stopped shaking. I begged Dad to talk to her, but he said she was just being over-dramatic and that she'd adjust. For Chloe's 16th birthday last week, she just wanted a sleepover. 8 girls, movies, snacks, laughter. Nothing crazy. Dad even said it was fine. He and Tasha were going away for the weekend anyway. They got back around 10 a.m. the next morning and found the girls still asleep on couches and blankets, makeup wipes on the table, empty pizza boxes. Just normal teenage chaos. Tasha lost her mind. She stormed into the living room screaming at Chloe in front of everyone, called her disrespectful, said she was just like my mom, too emotional, always causing drama. Then she said the words I'll never forget, "You're a burden to your father." Then, while Chloe stood there red-eyed and humiliated, Tasha packed her bag and called our Aunt Mel to come get her. Dad didn't say a word, just stood in the hallway, watching it happen. That night, Chloe called me sobbing. She kept asking, what did I do wrong? I drove to Aunt Mel's house and found her curled up on the couch, clutching one of Mom's old sweatshirts. It broke me. The next morning, I took Chloe's spare key and walked into the house. Tasha was eating yogurt at the kitchen counter like nothing had happened. She actually had the nerve to ask what I was doing there. I told her and my dad they had 7 days to get out. She laughed. "You can't kick us out of our own home." That's when I pulled out the deed. Her smile vanished. "You're lying." "Nope, this house is mine. Mom left it to me and the title's in my name." Dad stumbled in, bleary-eyed. "You're being cruel. She's pregnant. Where's she supposed to go?" I looked straight at him. "Maybe you should have asked that before your wife kicked your daughter out of her own home." Tasha started crying, saying she was 7 months pregnant and homeless. I reminded her Chloe was 16, still grieving, and had been treated like garbage in her own house. That her burden line? Unforgivable. Dad called me a selfish brat and said he was going to fight Mom's will in court. "Go ahead," I said. Mom's side of the family already has a lawyer on speed dial. They were gone by the end of the week. Moved into some rental across town. Chloe's back now. Her room's still a bit of a time capsule, but she's smiling more, laughing again. We're rebuilding, slowly. I don't feel guilty. I protected my sister the way our dad should have.